From the early days of Alexander Graham Bell's invention to the latest iPhone release, mobile phones have become essential in our lives. With their advanced features and conveniences, it's hard to imagine life without them. But what if these devices are doing more than just making things easier? What if they're actually spying on us? Many people are aware that if you talk about a product or a trip near your phone, it often starts showing related ads the next day. It's listening to us. But what if it's doing more than just listening? About a year ago, Bree Thomason accidentally discovered with her infrared camera that our phones might be taking invisible pictures of us every 5 seconds.
Wild and crazy Friday night findings. We just discovered, which we already knew, that your phone, an iPhone specifically, takes an infrared picture of you with your Face ID every 5-ish seconds. And we looked at it through an infrared camera and it's pretty wild. Let's show you. Okay, have your home screen.
It's on the home screen.
Not touching anything.
No buttons.
Okay, infrared lens on the camera. Boom, there was 1. 2. That's so wild. Okay, cover the camera.
Okay.
Oh, there was another one. Okay, nothing. Oh, it's trying. It's taking pictures of your finger. Okay, move your finger. Ready? Boom.
After the video was uploaded, it quickly went viral, amassing millions of views and thousands of comments, leaving people completely baffled. Is our phone really spying on us? The next day, hundreds of videos popped up as people tried the same experiment, and surprisingly, it worked in most cases. However, this can only be seen with an infrared camera. It's not visible to the naked eye. As the topic gained attention, newspapers worldwide reported on it. The phone company eventually released a statement explaining that this is part of a certain phone model's Face ID system and the Animoji feature. According to them, it's a scanning system that checks every 5 seconds if the user is still present. If it doesn't detect the user, the screen automatically shuts off. Although Apple's explanation seems reasonable, many people remain skeptical. Some wonder if this system might have other purposes beyond maintaining Face ID and attention awareness. For example, one user asked, "Isn't this just to keep the screen on when you're looking at it?" Another noted, "My phone just closed when I wasn't looking." Yet another commented, "Sometimes, when I'm just staring at the screen, it tries to shut down." In other words, not everyone is convinced that the 5-second check is solely for Face ID and attention awareness. They speculate that it could be used for something else, though there is no concrete evidence to support this. Additionally, if phones were indeed taking pictures, questions arise about what would be done with those images and where they would be stored. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think mobile phones might actually be spying on us? Watching airplanes struggle against strong winds during a storm is amazing. Pilots with steady nerves handle their planes expertly, showing off their skills and the great technology that keeps us safe in the air. When people are having dinner with friends or family and start talking about mysterious topics, it's interesting how everyone seems to have their own unexplained story. Often, there's a good explanation for mysterious things caught on camera, but sometimes there isn't.
Bro, what the is this? What the No way, bro. Nobody's supposed to be up there, bro. What the You can't even see his face. Oh my god, bro. What the Bro. Bro, what the No way.
So, what do you think is going on with this guy's face? In a weird and mysterious video from India, a motorcycle seems to be controlled by some supernatural force. The video, posted on Twitter last December, shows CCTV footage of a parked motorcycle that suddenly starts moving by itself, turns left, and then falls over in the middle of the road, like something out of a horror movie. This strange occurrence has left Twitter users puzzled. While some think the motorcycle's movement might be due to a mechanical issue, others suggest it could be something paranormal. Is it a ghost, or just video editing? Whatever the cause, it's definitely creepy. What do you think? Is the motorcycle haunted, or is there a logical explanation for its movement? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Here's a really odd one for you, a supposed floating city in the sky. Over the past 6 years, this baffling sight has been reported at least 5 times in China, with the most recent occurrence on April 21st, 2017. There's no denying something is happening, given the frequency of the sightings and the multiple witnesses capturing it on camera each time. But what exactly it is, opinions vary wildly. One of the more outlandish theories is that this floating city is a hologram, part of a Project Bluebeam test by the authorities. This conspiracy theory speculates that NASA could use holograms and telepathy to fake an alien invasion or even the second coming of Christ. Another theory suggests it's a portal to another dimension, offering brief glimpses of a city from another part of the universe. These theories might sound like they belong in a sci-fi movie, so a more scientifically grounded explanation is that this is a fata morgana. This type of mirage occurs when light rays bend through layers of air at varying temperatures, creating images that can appear stacked or upside down, much like seeing water on a hot road that vanishes as you approach. Whether you lean towards the fantastical or the rational, the floating city remains a captivating mystery. What do you think it might be? Early one Wednesday morning, a massive spiral of light appeared in the sky over northern Norway, creating a stunning visual spectacle that could be seen for hundreds of miles. The spiral looked like a giant blue pinwheel against the dark sky. This phenomenon quickly caught the public's attention and led to widespread speculation about its origin. People guessed it might be anything from alien activity to a previously unknown natural phenomenon. After much discussion, the prevailing theory emerged that the spiral was the result of a failed test of a Russian Bulava intercontinental ballistic missile. This explanation gained traction because the timing of the light display coincided with a scheduled missile test. While the Russian Defense Ministry did not officially comment on the matter, military sources reportedly confirmed to leading Russian newspapers that there had indeed been a failed missile test that day. Even though this might sound worse than it actually is, I assure you it's not that bad. Just check out this clip. How is this manhole cover bouncing around so wildly as if it's super light? You might think it's just a lot of gas built up in the sewers, but it would take a tremendous amount of gas to make it move like that. Do you know how heavy a manhole cover is? It wouldn't just be jumping around like that unless there's a lot of force pushing it from below, or it's some kind of glitch in the matrix. You know how you sometimes bump into someone at the supermarket who looks familiar, but you just can't place where you've seen them before? It's one of those puzzling moments that makes you question what's happening. Well, there's a video on YouTube by Randy Palacio from Guatemala, posted on September 15th, that deals with something similar. Typically, schools parade around the city to celebrate Independence Day, but during one particular celebration, something really odd occurred. Randy Palacio managed to capture it on camera. At first, the parade looks completely normal. The band is playing, people are cheering for their country, and it's a beautiful event. But if you look closely, something strange happens. The man in the blue jacket on the right side of the hallway seems to disappear into thin air. It's not just us who noticed this. Everyone watching the video did too. You can see a man and his family looking around, confused, trying to find him. Where did he go? What happened? He just vanished. After watching the video multiple times, I still can't figure out what's going on. Is it a glitch in the Matrix, or is there another explanation? Have you ever seen anything like this before, and what do you think happened? People have captured a video from somewhere in China that they claim shows angels in the clouds. Witnesses reported seeing figures with wings in the sky. In the video, these winged figures appear to be among the clouds, with a city visible in the background. What do you think? Could this be genuine, or is it just a hoax? In September 2016, something unusual was spotted in the skies over Paris. A witness, initially thinking it was a helicopter, captured it on camera. However, upon zooming in, even the skeptic had doubts. The footage clearly shows a disc-shaped object. Unlike typical aircraft, it moves slowly across the clouds, and unlike many UFO videos which are easily dismissed, this one seems quite realistic. You can see light reflecting off the saucer-shaped object as the camera zooms in and focuses multiple times. This video could either be a well-made special effect designed to look like a UFO, or it could be genuine footage of an unidentified flying object. What's your take on it? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. A few weeks ago in Bogota, Lucas 5 captured something eerie while working from home. Normally, Lucas shares updates about his daily life on social media with no connection to mysterious or creepy events. But on this occasion, he spotted something unusual hovering next to him and managed to record it. Here's what he saw.
¿Qué onda, chabón? ¿Qué mierda es eso, boludo? Lo grabé.
In the video, a cylindrical object appears to hover just outside Lucas's property. It then flies straight into the woods and disappears completely. Confused by what he had just seen, Lucas stayed put and recorded more footage, hoping to capture it again.
Había un objeto re raro, boludo, que fue volando de ahí hasta ahí, chabón, derecho. Hasta ahí en las caras. A las matas, boludo, y se metió. Estaba re zarpado, boludo. Capaz que sale de vuelta.
After posting the video, it quickly went viral, gaining millions of views and thousands of comments. People were split and confused. Some thought the object might be a drone or a cableway, while others suggested it could be a mysterious object entering a cave, which might explain its disappearance into the woods. Eager to learn more, Lucas went to the mountain to investigate further. Here's what he recorded next.
Podemos darnos cuenta de que era bien grande lo que pasó por acá. Pasó por acá y no sé si habrá sido ahí o ahí. Para hacer un teleférico no es porque cables no hay. Después un dron se escucharía. Esto hace mucho eco y no puede ser que pase un dron sin hacer ruido. Igual que un avión a control remoto lo mismo. Haría ruido igual. Dejo a su interpretación. Ahí hay pura mata nomás. No hay lugar para aterrizar.
It seems that the object wasn't a drone or a cableway after all. So, what could it be? Intrigued, Lucas keeps climbing the mountain and finds a cave that might explain the object's disappearance. But the cave doesn't seem big enough to fit the object. What do you think is happening here? Could the object have entered the cave and vanished into the mountain? And where did it come from? What's your take on this? You won't believe this. These goats actually climb trees, and it looks pretty bizarre. It might seem like a photoshopped scene, but these goats really do climb trees. They're not just doing it for show. These goats are after their favorite snack. They climb argania trees, which bear green or brown fruits on prickly branches. In Morocco, where food options for goats are limited, they've adapted to make the most of what's available. Other animals usually avoid the argania tree's fruit because of the thorns, but goats aren't put off by them. When they finish the fruit within reach, they climb higher to get more. These goats are truly practical creatures. Prude Winker was recording a normal moment in her life one afternoon when she spotted something truly odd, something that neither she nor anyone online could explain. Here's what she captured on camera.
I'm watching this video on repeat. Your guys' comments are amazing. And someone just pointed something out that I cannot believe what I am seeing. All right, you see homeboys walk up to me with the dog, the strange dog, right? But check this out. Right here at 42 seconds, you can see through dude with the glasses as he's walking past the tree. You can see the tree through him. Watch this right here. Here we go. Hold up. Almost. As he's walking away. Right there, you see through the tree.
While recording a moment in her afternoon, Prude Winker noticed two guys approaching and arguing about something. She shared the video online, and one of her subscribers pointed out that the guy in glasses appeared to be see-through, which is seemingly impossible. Some people think this might just be a camera glitch caused by sunlight interacting with the lens. However, even if that were the case, it doesn't explain how we can actually see through the guy in glasses. The video quickly went viral, and opinions were mixed. Some believe it's a lens glitch, while others think it could be a glitch in the simulation, with no clear explanation. In response to the doubts, Prude Winker posted another video where the see-through effect is even more apparent. Many viewers were left confused, with some suggesting it could be evidence of a glitch in the Matrix. What do you think? Could this be proof that we're living in a digital simulation, or is it a camera illusion or something else? What's your take? A couple of weeks ago, Isaac Luna began posting unusual and strange videos on social media. Typically, Isaac shares videos of his daily routines or exercises for both his body and mind. However, last week, his subscribers began noticing something odd. Here's the first video where things start to get strange with Isaac's account.
Envision the shoulder press. 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 That's the movement. Looks so something like that. If you have any questions, let me know, but everyone should be able to do this movement.
When I first saw this video, I was convinced that the man was either levitating with a camera trick or using a rope. It seems most people thought the same. Isaac's Instagram and TikTok followers were split on whether it was a camera trick, a green screen, or something real. In response to the speculation, Isaac posted a second video filmed in his backyard. Take a look. Regardless of how Isaac is pulling this off, most viewers were left baffled. Despite the confusion, some still believed he was using a green screen or special effects. Isaac then posted a third video, this time filming in the grass in the middle of his backyard, without touching any walls. Check it out.
Focus.
As Isaac continued posting these videos, things got stranger each day. Whether it's a trick or not, no one knows how he's doing it. People from around the world attempted to replicate his feats on TikTok and Instagram, but failed. To prove he wasn't using a green screen, Isaac posted a fourth video showing his entire backyard. He also shared some of the methods he's using to achieve this ability, the books he's reading, the Tesla coil he bought, and what he calls exercising the core energy daily. Whatever is going on, it should be a trick, but no one has figured out how he's doing it. In his latest video, it's evident that he's not using any ropes, green screens, or special effects. Check it out.
Focus. Lift. Feel. Smash.
How is Isaac doing this? If it were just an elaborate trick, we'd expect to see hundreds or thousands of people replicating it on TikTok and Instagram, but that's not happening. So what's really going on? Could this be the real deal? Is it a glitch in the simulation or some kind of superpower? What's your take? Here's another tale of a mysterious object floating in midair. This time, it's a helicopter that seems to be hovering completely still, with its blades appearing not to move at all. Yet, it doesn't plummet to the ground. As intriguing as this sounds, some have explained it away as a simple optical illusion. This happens because of how cameras work. The video's frame rate matches the speed of the helicopter blade's rotation, making the blades look like they're not spinning. So, it turns out there's a pretty straightforward explanation. Sorry to burst the mystery bubble. In May 2021, Wentzville, Missouri, was hit by a sudden heavy rainstorm that overwhelmed the city's infrastructure. This intense rainfall caused a major plumbing issue at a local daycare center. The excessive water filled up the building's exterior stairwell, turning a small problem into a severe flooding event. Inside the daycare, the stairwell overflowed, breaking through the metal door and flooding a basement classroom with water. Within a short time, the room was underwater. The aftermath was a messy scene with murky water pooled on the floor and toys strewn about. One of the most recent videos that has been puzzling internet users across social media was reportedly recorded in Everett, Washington. Here's what was seen. Check it out.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I've never seen anything like it. It had a bunch of sparkling lights on and stuff.
At first, what looks like a balloon is seen hovering slowly over the area, but when the person zooms in, several tiny spots of light can be seen shining across the object. It's not making any sound, unlike a drone, so it probably isn't one of those. And it might not even be a balloon. So, what is it? Villagers in Kerala are saying that a ladder has come to life, walking step by step down a dusty road and causing quite a commotion. But there's more. Locals are even worshiping the ladder to calm the spirit they believe is causing this supernatural event. Witnesses claim the ladder is possessed by the spirit of someone who died after falling from it. Some thought it was a trick at first, but after seeing the ladder move on its own, they're convinced it's something supernatural. The video of the ladder has gone viral, making some people too scared to visit the spot themselves. However, a Reddit user has offered a possible explanation. They suggest it might be due to passive dynamic walking, where the ladder is on a slope and gets a slight push, allowing gravity to keep it moving without toppling over. It depends on the right balance between the ladder's structure and the gravitational pull. Whether it's spirits or physics, this walking ladder is definitely unusual. Some really strange things can happen to us during our lives, and we often end up forgetting about them. What do you think happened to this woman? Was she just acting up, or is there something genuinely wrong? It's easy to dismiss some of these incidents as fake or just coincidences, which they probably are. But when something strange is caught on live TV, it definitely raises more questions. Like, did everyone see what I just saw? There was a ball flying through the air, and then suddenly it was gone, like it just warped into another dimension. That's not exactly the best thing to send to another world, just a really fast-moving hard ball. I'm not sure what happened here, or how that fits into the rules. If a pitcher throws a ball and it disappears mid-flight after being hit for what looks like a home run, does it still count as a home run, or do you just get to go to first base? If we're going to keep messing with time and space, we might need to update the rulebook. It seems like these kinds of things could start happening more often. In July 2013, in the heart of China's lowest plateau, Jiangnan faced a severe challenge. For several days, heavy rainstorms caused multiple devastating landslides that changed lives and landscapes. One particularly intense incident involved a group of 4 people driving on a mountain road near Jiangnan. While they were driving, a massive mudslide from the soaked hillsides suddenly swept over their vehicle, burying it in mud and debris. The force of the mudslide was so strong that it even shook nearby surveillance cameras, blurring the footage. For a moment, it looked like all was lost as the car disappeared under the mud, dangerously close to a cliff edge. Miraculously, 3 of the passengers managed to get out of the submerged car on their own. They checked to ensure there were no more impending slides before going back to help their 4th friend, who also made it out alive. The survival of these 4 people highlights the importance of being prepared and the strength of human spirit in dealing with natural disasters. What's odd about this picture? The playful artist Zellhasen has crafted a series of artworks where it looks like people are floating through city streets, seemingly riding bicycles that are completely invisible. Zellhasen, a Chinese artist, named this project Floating. In it, he took hundreds of photos of cyclists on various city streets and then digitally erased the bicycles from the images using modern technology. Is it confusing to look at? Definitely. And that's precisely the artist's intention. Zellhasen aims to challenge our expectations and play with our perceptions. Our brains automatically try to fill in the gaps. So even though the bicycles aren't visible, we still understand the scenario. The images are also quite fun to view, offering an artistic twist that many can appreciate. In Bekasi Regency, West Java, a strange weather event has puzzled many. A viral video shows rain falling on just one car in a parking lot, while the other cars stay dry. The video, uploaded by Uriel Riano on November 1st, 2021, captures this odd occurrence. Initially, Uriel thought it might be someone pouring water from above the hotel, but further inspection confirmed it was actually raining from the sky. He couldn't find anyone nearby who could be spraying water, so he started recording. This rare event is known as ultra-localized rain, where rain falls in a very small area, leaving the surroundings untouched. It's as uncommon as seeing a unicorn. At the time, the sky was partially clear, suggesting that the area had experienced rain before. However, the local meteorological, climatological, and geophysical agency, BMKG, has not yet verified the video's authenticity. While it's possible for such a localized rain event to occur, it's unusual for it to be depicted so distinctly in the video, as the areas immediately surrounding should have shown signs of lighter rain. Whether this was a real anomaly or a clever hoax, it certainly has made us all marvel at the mysterious and magical aspects of weather. In the peaceful town of Palos, Spain, a powerful tornado left a path of destruction. The fierce winds and shaking ground proved too much even for the sturdiest buildings. Greenhouses, usually places of growth and vitality, were easily torn apart by the storm. However, in the face of this chaos, the people of Palos showed incredible strength. After the disaster, everyone in the community pulled together, showing real unity and hope. Their efforts to rebuild and support each other highlight the enduring power of human resilience and solidarity, proving that hope can survive even the toughest challenges. To make things even stranger, in Saudi Arabia, water started pouring out of nowhere in the middle of the desert. This could be a random event, but the same thing happened in another location in Saudi Arabia that same week. What's more, in Japan, a water geyser rose up to 30 meters high in Hokkaido, in the city of Oshamambe, just a few days later. What's odd is that all of these events occurred within 1 week. Either this is a glitch, or there's a very good explanation for it. This is quite odd. Could a ghost be haunting this drain in Denver, Colorado? It's really strange how it's bouncing around by itself in this video. Here are a few ideas on what might be happening. The first thought might be demonic possession, which seems like an obvious explanation for such weirdness. Or it could be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles dealing with some upset stomachs after too much pizza. Maybe there's even an evil clown doing something bad in the sewers. However, the most mundane explanation comes from Denver Water. They say it's just an air bubble. According to them, an air bubble can make an object move like this. It's a reasonable explanation, but certainly not as fun as the others. On April 22, 2011, an EF4 tornado struck the St. Louis metropolitan area, tracing a destructive path over 22 miles. It started near Creve Coeur Lake and moved eastward at 40 miles per hour, gaining strength as it neared Maryland Heights. The tornado reached its most intense in Bridgeton, severely damaging homes and businesses, and then hit Lambert St. Louis International Airport, causing EF2 level damage there. The storm broke many windows, ripped parts of the roof off, and forced the airport to shut down for over 24 hours. Inside the airport, surveillance footage showed people rushing to find shelter, with some finding safety in restrooms. Although the tornado caused an estimated $25 to $30 million in damages, thankfully, no lives were lost. 5 people were injured by flying debris, but were treated and released. The tornado also affected Berkeley and Ferguson, damaging buildings like Griffith Elementary School and the First Baptist Church of Ferguson. According to the National Weather Service, 2,700 structures were affected, including 251 homes destroyed and 137 commercial properties severely damaged. Over 54,000 customers lost power, with many still without electricity days later. Recovery began began quickly, with the airport operating at 70% by Easter Sunday. This event remains one of the most significant tornadoes in the region's recent history, underscoring the area's vulnerability and resilience. A mysterious light was spotted in the clouds, moving in a way that resembled the tail of a snake or the end of a whip. Its source was unclear, and it was hard to determine where it was coming from or what was causing it. The light appeared for several seconds before it disappeared. Recently in Taiwan, locals were amazed by a mysterious phenomenon. Check this out. What do you think it is? Could it be something supernatural, or is there a more ordinary explanation for it? In Sakarya, Turkey, a strange event has puzzled both locals and a car owner. A group of stray dogs, wandering the streets, wreaked havoc on a parked car. The vehicle, which was parked overnight in front of a shop on an industrial estate, was completely intact when left, but was discovered in ruins the next morning. Initially, people thought it might be a theft attempt, but surveillance footage revealed the real culprits. The video showed 8 dogs attacking the car, completely tearing apart its bumper. It's not clear why the dogs acted this way, whether they smelled something inside the bumper or were just causing chaos. This incident sheds light on a lesser-seen aspect of dog behavior, showing that even strays can engage in unexpected and coordinated acts of destruction. Back in 2020, the UK's Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, was filmed walking down the street with his familiar red folder. But there's a twist. As he walked past a car, the folder vanished from view, and when he reappeared, it had turned bright green. This left everyone watching in shock and confusion. Was it some kind of magic, or just a camera trick? Twitter users quickly started debating. Some thought the folder was swapped out, others guessed it might be a glitch with a camera filter. The most common theory was that a green screen camera filter caused anything red to turn green. Alternatively, maybe Rishi Sunak is a secret wizard who can change the color of objects, or perhaps the red folder was an alien changing back to its true green form. On August 9, 2019, the quiet town of Petang in Luxembourg was struck by a rare EF2 tornado with winds exceeding 180 kilometers per h, causing widespread destruction. This unexpected tornado injured more than 15 people and demolished over 100 buildings. It tore off roofs from houses and businesses, creating a scene of chaos. A resident security camera captured the terrifying moments. Initially, everything appears peaceful, but suddenly, the winds pick up, destroying a child's playhouse and sending debris flying. The camera then abruptly shuts off, likely due to damage, leaving behind a scene of devastation. Within just 30 seconds, the backyard was completely transformed. After the storm, 100 people were left homeless, reflecting the tornado's swift and severe impact on the community. Well, here's something that's been floating around the internet for a while now. Who doesn't enjoy a good conspiracy theory, especially when it involves time travel? That has to be the best kind of conspiracy. There's a video from a Mike Tyson and Peter McNeely boxing match in 1995 that's got people talking. Some viewers think they've spotted a person in the crowd filming the fight with a camera phone. But remember, this was 1995, way before camera phones were a thing. We barely had mobile phones at all back then. It's hard to imagine now, but there was a time when we weren't glued to our devices when we actually went outside, used payphones, and carried separate cameras instead of having a mini computer in our pockets. So what about this supposed time-traveling boxing fan? Some eagle-eyed folks, equipped with magnifying glasses and a deep knowledge of old tech, have taken a close look at the video. They believe the smartphone is actually just a regular old camera, likely a Casio pocket camera from that era. So, it turns out this isn't a case of time travel after all, just a bit of nostalgia mixed with some good old-fashioned misidentification. A bit disappointing for those hoping for a twist in the fabric of time, right? Imagine this, you're walking your dog and suddenly you look up and see an object falling from space. That's exactly what happened to TikToker Pimi Sasso, who managed to capture this strange phenomenon on camera. Here's what he recorded. Take a look.
Look at that, Harry. See it? It's falling from the sky, like it came out of space. Where'd it go? Where's the... It dropped. OMG, it's people out there looking. Where'd it go? I heard a loud cry.
This TikToker was lucky to capture this on camera, as it's not something you're usually prepared to film. You can see an object falling very quickly, and moments later, aircraft are seen following its path. Check it out. This happened a couple of weeks ago in Wisconsin. What do you think is really going on here? After throwing the red cap into the audience, it reappears just a couple of seconds later. Watching and re-watching the video doesn't make it any easier to explain. Is this an error in reality? If there's anyone who could be a lizard person, a robot, an alien, or some sort of simulation-based software person here to control us and cause chaos, it would be Mark Zuckerberg. There have been several moments where he's been caught acting oddly, almost like an alien trying to mimic human behavior, but this one is my favorite.
Focus and try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible. But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
Mark Zuckerberg was caught on camera saying he wasn't human. That has to be one of the most obvious glitches ever. The programmers must have been like, who's in charge of writing the script for Zuckerberg? Why did you make him act like a robot and mention not being human? You're totally blowing our cover. This bizarre glitch in the Matrix will definitely make you do a double take. It starts with a man just trying to go through a turnstile like it's any ordinary day. But then, things take a weird turn. As he gets close, it looks like the metal bar just goes right through his leg, as if he's not even solid. It's like he's a ghost or some kind of hologram from the future. Once you see it, you can't help but keep watching and wondering, did this guy just defy the laws of physics? The video has left thousands online completely stunned, though some skeptics are sure there's a reasonable explanation. Could it be just an optical illusion, a camera trick, or is this man really some kind of supernatural figure who can break the rules of nature? Watch carefully as the turnstile's metal bar seems to pass through his leg as if he's as see-through as a ghost. It's pretty shocking, but before you get too carried away, some skeptics are certain it's just an optical illusion messing with our perception. Will we ever get to the bottom of this mind-bending event? Can science explain this apparent defiance of physics? We'll just have to wait and see. Reddit user AmberXP00 shared a mind-boggling video of birds behaving very strangely. When I first watched it, I was convinced it was Photoshop. I couldn't believe what I was seeing because it seemed impossible. The way the birds flew in perfect coordination and the ripples of color changes made it look like either a fake video or a glitch in the Matrix. But as it turns out, there's an explanation. This phenomenon is called a murmuration, and it's a defensive posture that birds take. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. When you're having a tough day, it can feel like there's a rain cloud just over you. But what if that was literally true? In this video, you can see rain falling only on one specific spot. What's even weirder is that when the camera looks up, the sky is clear with no clouds in sight. Other people on the street are just as confused. Looking around but not seeing anything above that could be causing the rain. It's not coming from a building or anything else. It's just raining on this one spot. If I witnessed this myself, I'd probably steer clear of that area, half expecting some kind of alien or supernatural occurrence. We all hate bad weather, so I think many of us would prefer if we could condense it into one spot and have everything else nice all the time. Well, it looks like there might have been a trial run for that, because that's exactly what happened here. For some reason, the clouds in that area seem to have glitched out, causing the rain to pour down in only one spot. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It seems like a glitch, or maybe the plot of a children's book called The Loneliest Rain Cloud. It's about a cloud that's always rainy while all the other clouds are nice, so it has no friends. It travels everywhere trying to make friends, but everyone runs away because they don't want to get wet. Did you think only animals could be caught frozen in time? Think again. A long time ago, a man recorded a plane in the sky that appeared to be completely motionless, as if it had been paused midair. Yes, really. This person was returning from a long and much-needed vacation when he encountered this eerie sight. Was it just an illusion? It seems not. Even though the man was in a moving car, he was shocked to see that the plane wasn't moving at all, like pausing a video game when you need a quick break. This video quickly went viral. While some tried to rationalize this odd occurrence, many others believe it was a glitch in our reality. What's your take on this? Hopefully, you won't run into anything like this on your next vacation. After all, you wouldn't want to be stuck hovering in the sky when you could be relaxing by the sea. The viral clip of the Pope vanishing about a year ago might be one of his holy powers, or it could be a glitch that no one was supposed to see. Let's take a look. The footage was from the Pope's balcony as he addressed people about the COVID-19 pandemic. After his speech, he just disappeared, and several news outlets showed the same thing. So it wasn't just a broadcast error. Some believe it might have been a hologram of the Pope because he was actually isolating somewhere to avoid catching the virus. We know that hologram technology is real. Remember the huge Tupac hologram from years ago? If anyone has access to the latest hologram tech, it would be the Pope. Imagine you're camping alone, which isn't the best idea. It's nearly midnight, and to feel less lonely, you decide to live stream to show your viewers your surroundings. Suddenly, strange things start happening around you, and you catch it all on camera. This is what happened on the DB Interactive Media YouTube channel. Normally, this channel posts about classic Disneyland attractions and old Disney cartoons. They don't usually cover mysterious events, but this time they did.
Fire roar in here, okay? So, hang on. I don't know if you guys can keep seeing this behind me when I'm doing this here. That is really weird. I'm like, get a little closer. There we go. Maybe you'll see it behind me. I've wandered everywhere in the forest here all day. And I see every star in the sky. There's no clouds. There's nothing. But this light keeps flashing up in the trees, different areas. It's really weird, and I don't know how to describe it because it keeps flashing in different areas of the trees. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, and I don't know what it is. I just hear elk around. It's kind of freaky. All right, I'll turn it back again. Hang on. Yeah, it is really freaky. I've never seen anything like it.
At first, DB Interactive captures what looks like two glowing orbs among the trees, with no helicopter or obvious source for the lights. Did you catch that? The video goes on for a few more minutes, but DB Interactive can't capture the whole event. A few hours later, he tries again and does another live stream. This time, things happen a bit differently.
No lightning, because it's the same area every time, and there's no clouds anywhere. There's a clear sky. Yeah, that's a different area. Whoa! That looked like it came up from the ground, and now it's flashing, and then whoa. That, if I can zoom in, hang on, let me see if I can get this zoomed in a little closer. See if you guys can see this better. So I can get you the effect here, hang on. Okay, hang on. I know it's gonna be dark for a second. I don't know, it does look like it's closer. Though that's nothing. That's just embers flying that you see the little things crossing the screen.
For a moment, he managed to capture it very clearly. It looks like something is flashing among the trees. Besides the fact that it resembles small orbs of light coming from various directions, he even captures it seeming to rise from the ground. Considering the whole situation, this doesn't appear to be a lightning storm. It seems like something entirely different.
Just random flashing, different areas, and it's a big flashed like a big ball of light. Anyway, my point was this is an area that Travis Walton got abducted in up here near the Mogollon Rim.
Needless to say, his video went viral on YouTube, and many viewers commented that they had experienced similar phenomena. There's also an earlier video on this channel showing hunters in the Amazon forest capturing what looks like a ball of light among the trees. However, this time it's different because it's not blinking. Check this out. Tell me what you think. Have you ever experienced something like this? I can imagine that in the future, we might figure out teleportation. Time travel? That's a bit more uncertain. But who knows? If we went back 100 years and gave someone Korean fried chicken, they might be overwhelmed by the flavor. If people are working on these technologies, it'll probably take a while to get them right. In this next clip, we might be seeing the early stages of people glitching reality to teleport. A massive truck had to swerve to avoid hitting a lady who appeared out of nowhere. She was wearing a clean lab coat, which is strange because you wouldn't usually see someone dressed like that far from any town. Even weirder, she seemed completely calm despite almost being hit by the truck. Normally, if a big truck swerved to avoid me, I'd be shaken, but she just walked along like she knew she'd be safe. Could she be a poorly programmed NPC, or is something else going on? The next video we're going to show you is as bizarre as it is fascinating. And no, it's not a fake or a student project. Incredibly, a bird was seen frozen in midair while flying over a city street, just as it sounds. This happened in India on a hot summer afternoon. As you can see in the video, onlookers pulled out their phones to record the scene, and one man even climbed onto a car to reach the suspended bird with a broom. As soon as he touched it, the bird flew off as if nothing had happened. But the incident left everyone puzzled. How could a bird just hang in the air like that, despite many attempts to explain it? No explanation has fully satisfied the curiosity of the hundreds who saw it firsthand, or the millions who viewed the video online. What's your take on this? Could this be evidence that we're living in a simulation? Have you ever had a life-threatening experience? Something like that happened to a man recently. He was nearly hit by a gate that swung open violently when a van drove by. But just in time, a man who looked just like him tapped him on the shoulder, seemingly saving him. This mysterious man didn't say anything or even seem to notice the gate. It was as if he knew what was about to happen. This incident was captured on surveillance footage in Russia, and it truly seems like something out of a movie like The Matrix. It wasn't just a friend saying hello. The man walked away right after. When the man who was nearly hit realized what happened, he was stunned, looking at his savior in amazement. I'm convinced that he was saved by himself from the future. The Fresno Nightcrawler's footage might be one of the weirdest videos of supposed aliens you'll ever come across. At first glance, the footage of the Fresno Nightcrawlers looks downright ridiculous. The surreal appearance of the alleged creatures would make anyone skeptical. However, for video debunkers, this video proved to be much harder to disprove than expected. The sci-fi television series Fact or Faked tried to debunk the Fresno Nightcrawler video, but couldn't recreate the creatures seen in the footage, ultimately judging the video to be unexplainable. A year after the Fact or Faked episode aired, a similar video surfaced showing these supposed aliens again, this time in Yosemite National Park, about 60 miles from the original sighting. Additionally, photos of strange wood carvings began to appear on the internet. Posters claimed these photos showed old American Indian statues of the creatures, but these reports couldn't be confirmed. So, are these bizarre alien creatures, or is someone just using their pants as a puppet? Let me know what you think. A man in Paris captured something truly unusual during some strange weather. It's not uncommon for rain to fall in one part of a city while another part stays dry, but this was even stranger. The skies were cloudy, so seeing rain wasn't unexpected, but it was pouring rain in just one tiny spot while everywhere else remained dry. At first, it seemed like someone might be pouring water from above, but the video pans up to show there's nothing above this random downpour. There are many ways to explain real-life glitches. When you see someone lag on camera, it could just be a recording issue. If you see a plane stalled in the sky, that could be clever editing. But I don't know how you fake a car crash like the one I'm about to show you. You saw that, right? A car crashing into nothing. The car was speeding down the highway and then suddenly hit an invisible barrier. Maybe there was a pole on the road, perfectly angled so the driver and camera couldn't see it. But how could something that small and thin stop a car going about 60 kilometers an hour? Could it have been an invisible force field accidentally left on? Or maybe someone spent hours editing to create confusion. Either way, I'd be furious if I were the car owner. You don't do anything wrong, and something invisible wrecks your vehicle. Is that even covered by insurance? This video from Moscow shows what looks like a plane completely stuck in the air. Naturally, this seems impossible, so you can understand why people were in disbelief when they first saw it. Imagine driving down the road and witnessing this. You'd have to capture it on video, because how else would you explain it? I'm guessing it's some sort of optical illusion, but it's still very strange to see a plane so close to the ground without it ascending or descending. The clear skies might have made it harder to see the plane's movement, but whatever the case, it's definitely odd. Cat reflection software plays a big role in creating mirrors in our world, but glitches still happen. While I believe everything can be explained logically, this next clip is a bit mind-bending. It seems like the CPU running everything must have been busy with something else when this glitch occurred. If simulation theory is real, spotting glitches might indicate where the universal computing power is focused, on more important or interesting people. So, if you see these glitches, it might be a sign to step up your game because your life could be seen as a bit boring in the grand simulation. Many people believe that the world we live in might be a simulation. If you're not convinced, take a look at this video. It shows two men standing in front of a supermarket shelf, which is a common sight as people often compare prices or choose products. However, things get weird when both men move at the same time, using the same arm, and even scratch the same part of their bodies simultaneously. While it could be dismissed as a coincidence, movements this synchronized are unusual. Could this be proof that we are living in some kind of advanced simulation? I wouldn't be surprised if these two were just twins whose mom left them to play video games at Walmart while she shopped. It's something lots of kids enjoy. But still, this is strange. It looks like they're the exact same kid doing the exact same thing, right? It bothers me a bit. And then, if this whole glitch in the Matrix thing is real, are you saying that all those times I couldn't play games at the store as a kid because it was my turn were because of a glitch? Imagine a woman's surprise when, after enduring weeks of fog, she sees not one but two suns during sunrise. The sky was bright, with the clouds glowing softly as the main sun rose, followed by a second, slightly dimmer sun. This rare sight made her feel like she got an extra sun that morning, similar to finding two yolks in one egg. As people started discussing it, some brought up Nibiru, a term with different meanings, including an ancient concept, a supposed planet, or even something from Star Trek. The true meaning behind their references wasn't clear. Many also connected this phenomenon to the biblical mention of wormwood in the Book of Revelation, seen as a sign of apocalypse through a meteor affecting water. Intriguingly, the Ukrainian word for wormwood is Chernobyl, linking it to the 1986 nuclear disaster. Some thought this double sun might suggest a radioactive event, although it's more likely just a trick of the light caused by ice crystals in the fog or lens flare from the camera. Either way, it was an amazing scene to capture. During a regular news broadcast in Russia, something incredible happened in the background that even the reporter didn't see coming. A bright light suddenly appeared in the sky, catching the eye of the alert cameraman. The reporter was so surprised by the sight that he couldn't help but react with astonishment. The glowing orb moved gracefully away, lighting up the area around it. The fact that this happened live on TV makes it hard to doubt what was seen, as adding special effects to live video is quite difficult, making the footage seem even more believable. As the clip spread on Russian social media, people started guessing what it could be. Some thought they saw an angel, while others believed it was proof of aliens. Despite all the excitement and theories, the true nature of the bright light remains unknown. It might have been a natural atmospheric event, but the real explanation is still a mystery. In a captivating video on Twitter, a user recorded something unusual during her daily drive to work. As she drove down a normal street on a cold day, she noticed one house that was completely covered in snow, while the rest of the neighborhood was clear and dry. The video showed the stark difference between the snow-covered house and its snowless surroundings, making it look as though nature had singled out this one house for a special snowy treat. As the car passed by, the camera captured this odd and striking scene. Viewers speculated whether there was something magical about the house, or if it was just a rare weather phenomenon. Some even joked about a snow fairy choosing that house on purpose. The video quickly spread on Twitter, sparking people's imaginations and reminding them that even ordinary days can bring unexpected and amazing moments. In a surprising twist during the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations, Ivory Coast was knocked out after Eric Bailly missed a crucial penalty against Egypt. A closer look at the footage of the goal, and the block reveals something odd. It seems like the path of the ball was altered by what looked like a ghostly figure, just as it was about to go into the net. This strange sighting has sparked some talk about supernatural forces, but is there a more logical explanation? It's very unlikely that a ghost actually changed the game's outcome. If that had happened, it would have been a major topic of conversation. The fact that there hasn't been much talk about this ghost save suggests it might just be an optical illusion from the way different camera angles overlapped in the footage. Perhaps footage from a different block was mistakenly layered over the original, making it look like there was a ghost. While the idea of a ghost interfering in a football game is fascinating, it's important to remain skeptical about such extraordinary claims. In this video, Jeff Janish was walking his dog in the woods in Russia when something suddenly caught his dog's attention.
Tarzan, искал ко мне!
He followed his dog, and what happened next left him speechless.
Что это? Тихо, тихо, Тарзан, тихо, Тарзан.
He finds what looks like a mother and daughter levitating in the middle of the woods. How could this be possible? Is it something supernatural, or is there a simpler explanation for it? Get ready for an incredible idea, a dimensional rift, or what some call an opening dimension, a break in reality itself, caught on camera. You might wonder what could cause such an astonishing event. Could it be the mysterious black ring on the edge? And to make things clear, those are not trails of jet exhaust. While CERN has denied any involvement in creating portals worldwide, one might question if they would actually confess to it. They've always been watched closely for their extreme and bizarre experiments. Who's really monitoring these adventurers as they probe into the fabric of reality? Remember, there are always whispers about satanic rituals and endless conspiracy theories linked to the organization. Tinkering with other dimensions and realities is a dangerous game, and one day we might see a gateway or stargate open, bringing something unbelievable or terrifying into our world. We all get a little stuck sometimes, even basketball great Shaquille O'Neal. During an episode of Inside the NBA, Shaq had a memorable moment where he just froze up, leaving everyone puzzled and amused. Shaq, along with Ernie, Kenny, and Charles, was all set for their usual basketball talk when suddenly, Shaq stopped moving and just stared blankly. This wasn't just a quick pause, it went on for a noticeably long time, making it seem like forever on live TV. The other hosts and millions of viewers were stunned. Was Shaq pulling a prank? Had someone hit a pause button on him? Viewers came up with all kinds of theories, from Shaq being a high-tech basketball cyborg experiencing a glitch to a plot about freezing time to help the Lakers win the championship. However, it's most likely that Shaq just spaced out for a moment. After what felt like ages, he jumped right back into the action, laughing along with everyone else. This incident shows how live TV can surprise us, making it fun and unforgettable, especially when it gives us a good laugh about one of basketball's legends having a simple brain freeze. Conspiracy theories about US presidents and their supposed links to aliens have always sparked interest. One notable case was during a televised speech by former President Barack Obama in 2012, where some sharp-eyed viewers thought they saw something odd. They spotted a Secret Service agent in the crowd who looked unusual, with strange angles on his head, neck, and other features, leading some to believe he might be an alien in disguise. This sparked a lot of discussion among alien conspiracy enthusiasts, who took this as undeniable proof of aliens living among us and possibly even working with or for the president. While some thought this agent was trying to hide his alien identity and had been caught on camera, others suggested he might be influencing Obama telepathically although why he would do this wasn't clear. It's important to clarify, though, that the figure wasn't actually an extraterrestrial. While some might disagree, others point out that the lighting during the event could have made his features look distorted on camera, a common issue when people with unique physical traits are filmed in certain lighting conditions. Check out this viral video titled "The First Teleportation in Russia," which claims to show a groundbreaking moment. The video captures 3 men talking when suddenly, a cyclist appears to teleport from behind one of them and quickly rides off. At first, it looks like the cyclist just popped into existence, but if you look closely at the left side of the neck of the man in the foreground, right at the start, you'll see the cyclist's tan jacket. It turns out the cyclist was just hidden behind the man, and the timing of his departure made it look like he teleported. It's funny to think why someone who could teleport would even need a bicycle. The video gained more attention when it was featured on MTV's Ridiculousness, a show that highlights funny and bizarre internet clips. This just goes to show that sometimes what seems incredible can be just a trick of the angle or timing. For a long time, both skeptics and UFO enthusiasts have wondered why there weren't many live broadcasts of UFOs. But with today's technology, such sightings are being caught on camera more often. One notable video from Peru in February 2020 has caught a lot of attention. It happened during a live broadcast by Capital TV, who brought about 200 people to Yaya Beach, a famous spot for UFO sightings. During the event, a strange light appeared over the water. The excited crowd started pointing their laser pens at it, and it seemed to react to their movements, making the moment even more mysterious. Despite some people trying to explain it away, those who were there are sure they saw a UFO. This event has continued to fuel discussions and guesses about what the mysterious light could be. During a press conference on Syria, an unusual figure appeared in the glass behind President Obama, catching the eye of viewers around the world. The figure, draped in a dark cloak, had a somewhat human-like face, but gave off a creepy vibe. This led to speculation that it might be a ghost, suggesting that the White House could be haunted. Some people thought the face was just a reflection of activities happening on the White House lawn, but closer inspection and clearer photos made this explanation seem unlikely. Historical accounts of strange happenings within the White House walls added to the rumors of it being haunted. The face seemed to be part of the glass itself, and it looked different from normal reflections, which are usually moving and transparent. This has raised the question of whether it could really be a ghost. If not, what else could explain this eerie sight? Interestingly, ghost stories from the White House aren't new. In 2009, former First Lady Michelle Obama mentioned that she and President Obama had heard unexplained noises, half joking that the place might be haunted. This captured image might even be one of the first visual confirmations of a White House ghost, adding to previous stories like those from President Harry Truman and Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who also reported spooky experiences there. The true nature of this apparition is still a mystery, but the thought of the White House having supernatural residents continues to intrigue and stir the imagination. In a strange and funny incident in Australia, a journalist faced an unexpected challenge while handling a large rooster that was going to be shown at a bird exhibition. Initially, the rooster seemed calm as the reporter held it, which is typical in such media coverage. But suddenly, the bird became agitated, flapping its wings wildly. Caught by surprise, the reporter's reaction was like something out of an Alfred Hitchcock film. He screamed loudly, dropped the rooster, and ran down the corridor, still yelling. This unplanned moment was caught on camera and quickly went viral. If the reporter's reaction was genuine, he probably ended up being the butt of many jokes among his friends and colleagues. The rooster was quickly handled by its trainer after the reporter's hasty departure. The details of what set the rooster off might always be a mystery, but the video remains a funny reminder that even routine situations can suddenly turn into memorable, laughable events. In a city in China, a mysterious light beam lit up the night sky, leading to a lot of curious guesses. Caught on video in Heilongjiang province, the light looked like a bright yellow spot moving smoothly through the sky, almost like a trail of fire. The person recording it was amazed and shouted, "Look at that big flame!" The light shone for about a minute and a half before it disappeared, leaving everyone wondering what it was. As the video spread online, some people thought it might be a UFO, with one person joking, "The aliens are landing on Earth." However, experts think it was something less exciting, like a very bright meteor or a fireball that could even be seen in the daytime. The head of the local astronomy group said that while it looked extraordinary, its slow speed suggested it might be space debris, like parts of a satellite or old space equipment falling back to Earth. He said they need to study it more to understand it better. While our minds might jump to space adventures, experts are still trying to figure out the real story behind this impressive light display. In the universe's vast theater, the actual explanation could be as fascinating as any tale. In the complex world we live in, it's common to come across people who act in surprising ways due to their strong beliefs. For example, an MSNBC reporter in Mississippi, Shaquille Brewster, was covering the aftermath of Hurricane Ida when he faced an unexpected interruption. Out of nowhere, a truck driver approached him and began shouting, although it was unclear why. Shaquille Brewster handled the situation with remarkable calm and professionalism, continuing his report despite the disturbance. However, the confrontation escalated to the point where he had to end his broadcast early, leaving the studio anchor shocked and confused by the events. Thankfully, the situation ended safely, and Brewster later reassured his audience of his well-being. Although such incidents are rare, they are a reality for journalists like Brewster, who sometimes encounter people driven to disrupt live events for reasons known only to them. Despite this, Brewster was able to get back to his crucial reporting work. The internet is full of surprising and weird events, and a recent video shared on Reddit is a great example of something completely unexplainable. In the video, a man appears out of thin air in the middle of a parking lot just as a van passes by. It almost feels like a scene from a movie, where you'd expect him to walk up to the camera and say something iconic like, "I'll be back," from Terminator. The clip left everyone scratching their heads, wondering how he just appeared out of nowhere. Was he using a portal, or was there some kind of hidden teleportation device in the van? People commenting on the video let their imaginations run wild. Some joked that he was playing a game of invisible hide and seek and lost track of time. Others thought maybe he was a time traveler experiencing a glitch. There were also plenty of wild conspiracy theories. Some guessed the parking lot was a secret gateway to another dimension, while others thought the whole thing was just a well-done prank or a video edit. Whatever the real story, the video was a fun puzzle that entertained and intrigued viewers, sparking lots of laughter and curiosity. It's a reminder that you can find extraordinary things even in the most ordinary places. So maybe keep an eye out next time you're walking through a parking lot for any surprise appearances. During the coverage of Japan's 2011 tsunami, some viewers noticed an unusual blackbird that seemed to appear and disappear intermittently in the background, as if fading in and out slowly. Many skeptics quickly dismissed this as a result of poor video quality or technical glitches. However, enthusiasts of the paranormal offered a different explanation, suggesting the bird might be Mothman, a mysterious creature first reported in West Virginia in 1966. Mothman became notorious after being seen repeatedly before the collapse of the Silver Bridge on December 15, 1967, leading some to view it as a harbinger of disaster. This background raises the possibility that the strange sighting during the tsunami might have been Mothman. While there's no concrete evidence to support this, the idea continues to intrigue those fascinated by paranormal phenomena and the legend of Mothman's ominous appearances. Himachal Pradesh, located in the western Himalayas, frequently experiences rock landslides. Trails around the mountain make travel risky.
Water!
When it rains, rocks often fall from the slopes onto the road, turning the area into a mess of dust and mud, with big rocks continuing to tumble down the canyon. On October 5, 2022, a big landslide blocked NH37, severing the road link between Imphal and Jiribam at the Assam-Manipur border. Hundreds of vehicles, including buses and heavily loaded trucks, are stuck on both sides of the highway. The landslide, which occurred between the Kamrup and Kachar districts, was triggered by heavy rain over the previous few days. Beichuan is celebrated for its resilience and dedication to commemorating those impacted by the earthquake, as well as its efforts to rebuild and rejuvenate the community. In Beichuan, China, a large part of a mountain collapsed shortly after police had cordoned off a potentially dangerous area. Soil and rocks tumbled onto the road below forcefully. Thankfully, because the police had already restricted access to the area, the potential damage was contained. The Cody Rockfall is a major geological event that took place near Cody, Wyoming. Efforts to reduce the risk of rockfalls are happening near the Buffalo Bill Dam and Reservoir in western Cody. The work involves clearing loose rocks and getting the area ready to install rockfall control systems like mesh and cable nets. Most of the Himalayas are in Bhutan, where rock and soil landslides are common and significantly impact local residents. A video captured a major landslide blocking a road around the mountain. Large boulders crashed down, causing loud noises and sending up clouds of dust and debris. The area near Bisistal is known for being unstable and is closely watched. Rocks recently fell from the top and tumbled into the valley below, with several large chunks of rock and soil breaking off.
Hi! Jetzt runter! Grüß!
In 2022, climbers at Rocky Mountain National Park had a close call with large rock slides. 4 climbers escaped just in time as huge rocks, as big as an apartment, fell down the south side of Hallett Peak, right where they had been climbing.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god.
The rocks fell quickly and violently, like a storm. Shangri-La, in China's Yunnan province, is famous for its beautiful and mysterious qualities, similar to the fictional paradise in James Hilton's novel ** Lost Horizon **. Traveling through the mountains of southern China carries a high risk of landslides. Recently released video shows drivers near Shangri-La on the morning of July 14, 2016, narrowly escaping a landslide in Yunnan province. The landslide, triggered by heavy rain, affected a hydroelectric power station being built. India, officially the Republic of India, is in South Asia. On October 30th, 2021, nearly 108 roads, including 2 national highways connecting Badrinath, Gangotri, and Yamunotri, were blocked in Uttarakhand. The blockages were caused by landslides from continuous rain over the past few days. The highways to Gangotri and Yamunotri have been cut off for 3 days because a 10 to 12 meter section was washed away in Narendra Nagar, Tehri district. The Badrinath highway is also blocked at Todi and several other spots. Chavin de Huantar, an archaeological site in the Andean highlands of Peru, was hit by a severe landslide on the hill of Cruz de Chala. This disaster buried at least 150 houses and forced hundreds of people to evacuate. Shenzhen, a city in southern China on the Pearl River estuary, recently experienced a landslide that buried about 22 buildings at an industrial park. Around 900 people were evacuated, and 4 were rescued from the rubble. Taroko National Park, found in eastern Taiwan across Hualien and Taitung counties, experienced a strong earthquake on April 18, 2019 in the afternoon. The earthquake, with a magnitude of 6.1, started northwest of Hualien City and was nearly 19 kilometers, 12 miles, deep. It caused minor damage in the capital and the eastern coastal regions. The quake also triggered landslides in Taroko National Park, where falling rocks injured 2 hikers. A small rockfall happened in the mountains of China. Large rocks tumbled down and hit the river, causing waves.
你看，对面又开始落石头了。
There are small houses visible on the other side of the mountain. Luckily, no one was harmed. The Zhongkang Highway, also known as Provincial Highway 14 or Central Cross Island Highway, runs through Taiwan's Central Mountain Range. On April 21, 2024, part of the Luang Bridge on Provincial Highway 8 collapsed, cutting off road access. A large amount of soil and rocks fell, blocking the road and causing major traffic problems for several days. The mountainous terrain of these roads makes them prone to landslides and rockfalls, which complicates road maintenance. Tibet, often referred to as the roof of the world because of its high altitude on the Tibetan Plateau, is prone to rockfalls and landslides. In May 2012, a major landslide struck Tibet, affecting a key highway and causing significant disruptions. The mountainous terrain of Tibet is particularly susceptible to geological shifts, especially during heavy rain or earthquakes. Landslides in such remote and rugged areas can greatly affect local communities by blocking access to important services and transport routes. This can create major difficulties in providing help, keeping up infrastructure, and ensuring the safety and welfare of the people living there. Get ready to see an amazing video where cars on a bridge seem to vanish into thin air as they near a river. It's like a magic act with cars. The video was shared by a Twitter user named Daniel, who definitely knew how to capture our attention. As cars drive across the bridge, they just disappear, leaving everyone stunned. Some online comments have likened the bridge to the mysterious Bermuda Triangle, where things disappear without a trace. Others have compared it to the magical world of Harry Potter, specifically to the hidden platform 9 3/4. However, a few observant viewers figured out the trick behind this visual puzzle. A savvy Twitter user pointed out that what seemed to be a bridge was actually just a regular road. The river that confused everyone was merely the roof of a parking lot. The video was taken from a higher terrace, and the mix of water and dirt on the terrace made it look like a river, while the edge of the terrace looked like a bridge. So, the mystery of the disappearing cars has been solved. A huge boulder fell from the mountain, crashing into the barrier and kicking up a huge cloud of dust and flying rocks. The rocks, now white, look like a sleeping giant ready to become a sudden, dangerous threat. Laya Township, located at the base of the Central Mountain Range, provides beautiful views of lush green landscapes and rolling hills. On September 1st, 2013, a significant landslide hit Laya Township in Pingtung County, southern Taiwan. The region has suffered from continuous rain, causing serious flooding and multiple landslides across the country. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.